Hi, this is the 33rd video in my DBMS question set. This question is a continuation of the last few questions. In this question, we will be creating the relationships between the tables we created in the last two questions. In an ER diagram, you can group tables. So now, for our convenience, I'm going to group these tables together. You can group the tables through this button. Here it says, place a new layer at selected area. Use for visually grouping related objects in the diagram. After grouping the tables together, you can give a name to that layer as well as a separate color to that layer. I've separated all the tables in this database into four groups as user details, product details, invoice details, and GRN details, and kept the stock table separate. And now we are finally ready to create the relationships between these tables. The relationship between the user and the user type table is a one-to-many relationship because, for example, in the user table, you store the details of the suppliers, the employees, the admins, everyone. So, a user can be a supplier, an admin, or an employee. So, a column should be added to the user table as user type. And now, for our convenience, I'm renaming that column as user type. The relationship between the gen and the user table is also a one-to-many relationship, and a column should be added to the user table. The system login table is for admins, and the relationship between the system login and the user table is also a one-to-many relationship. As for the address table and the user table, one family usually lives in one house, and 2 or 3 members of that particular family can be customers. So, for each user, we give the address. Therefore, the relationship between the user table and the address table is a one-to-many relationship from the user side. As for the relationship between the city table and the address table, many addresses can be from one city, but one address cannot have many cities. Now we go to the product details group. The relationship between the product table and the brand table is also a one-to-many relationship, because one brand can have many products and one product cannot have many brands. The GRN table and the user table have a one-to-many relationship because one GRN can have only one supplier, but one supplier can have many GRNs. A similar relationship between GRN and GRN item, because one supplier can supply many items. GRN item and product have one-to-many relationship because a GRN item is one product, but a product can be supplied by many suppliers. The relationship between the user table and the invoice table is a one-to-many relationship because one customer can buy from that shop several times. So he will have several invoices, but one invoice will have only one customer. Invoice and invoice item table have a one-to-many relationship because a customer doesn't get separate invoices for separate items that they buy. All the items will be in one invoice. Stock and invoice item tables have a one-to-many relationship because an item is from one stock and one stock have many items.